Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. All right, man. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. This is.
It's been a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute. I don't know even which podcast this is. Like number 0.04?
Probably 5 minutes.
5? Something like that. Anyway.
We're getting a spoiler of. There's a teaser of today's ASMR. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're dripping it all over yourself.
Just half of that water just went down your shirt.
It's purified drinking water. Not as good as spring water, but
From-
it's not Michael's fault. It's just the circumstance.
It's from Giant. It's not that great. Or no, it's from Walmart, actually. But yeah, Sam, did you see the Flannel Fest?
Okay, dude, I saw this.
So, for those...
I'm there.
Yeah, dude, I'm there too. Caleb's there.
Handmaid's...
And Jesslyn better be there with that pink flannel of his, dude.
Okay, where is Tote Bag sale? Friday, 7.
So there's
7-Eleven.
exactly. There's a flannel
Dude, I don't even
party,
have a
not
flannel.
flannel party. Yes, you do.
It's not flannel. It's plaid.
Well, Jesslyn has like.
Flannel's material.
Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe I thought it was flannel.
Like,
I don't know if I
will
touched
accept,
it.
but still.
No. Wear one of Jesslyn's or something. Cause.
Dude, I know her, and they misspelled her name.
Was it what?
Danielle Huber. It's Hubert. They literally misspelled her name.
Dude, she's
like,
probably thinking that right now. She's probably like,
Dude,
this is not my name.
she's in my cinema Havinia class. Oh, dude, watch this movie.
Yeah?
It's called Cholet. Dude, it was the best one we saw yet.
Really?
Wait, have you seen the Magnificent Seven?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, dude, it's like a... You know Steve McQueen?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen The Great Escape?
Dude, I don't know. I'm not versed in any movies.
No. Okay, well, like the old... So basically, for those who are tuning in, there was this movie. It's called The Seven Samurai.
Yes.
And it's like... and it's a classic trope or archetype of movies now, like in many different genres. There was the one, the Clone Wars episode, where it was Ahsoka, Anakin, and probably R2 and probably Rex, and they had to partner like with Embo and Sugi,
Mm-hmm.
like to protect the village, like from all of, like the evil bandits.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
that is basically the Magnificent Seven, not the Seven Samurai, but the Magnificent Seven. And the Magnificent Seven is the adaptation from the Seven Samurai.
So it's like the good guys have to partner with like some like
Village,
some like
yeah, like to protect against some kind of common evil.
okay.
It's only been 2 minutes. But yeah,
3 minutes.
so, but anyway, so dude, like, it was this one, and Cholet means son of the flames.
Oh, that's sick.
I know, dude, I'm telling you. And it's like a 75 Bollywood movie, so it's like Wild West, and like it's these two like thieves, and like the like constant like thing, how like the movie starts, there's like a cop, and he's like bringing these like thieves back like to jail like, on like a train, and like there's just like 4 dudes like on the train, and like they're all like cops and like these 2 thugs, and then the cop is talking like with the thugs, and he's like, why like you guys bandits, and you know, and they're like, well, like it takes like a lot of courage, and it's like really fun, and like it's really dangerous, and there's like a lot of skill, and he's like, well, I do those same things but like as a cop.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, well, maybe like we'll have to prove like, our worth like to you someday. And then just then the train like gets set on by bandits, and there's like a 20-minute like gunfight. All of the good guys die except for the one cop, and he's like test this out now, and he's like dun dun dun, and then dude like
So
there's,
those bandits he was talking to like help.
yeah, it's so sick.
Oh,
There's like a train fight, dude. There's like, oh, dude.
Is this a Bollywood movie?
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
That's-
It's really good.
That sounds really
And then
cool.
dude, like in the end, this dude, like his arms get like chopped off, and he has like these shoes with like knives in them.
Uh-huh.
Then like he's like that one dude from what's the one anime? It's the tournament one.
God of High School.
Yeah, you know,
God of High School.
dude, like he only fights like with his feet.
Yes.
The dude is literally like that,
That's
and his
sick.
movie like oh dude, it's so good.
Love that.
So that's your Bollywood presentation. Watch Sholay if you can. Or whatever. It's pretty good though.
I want to watch it, dude. We gotta watch. Dude, when I join Corpus, we're gonna have like TOB movie nights with discussion,
Dude,
snacks provided, or something.
Yeah. Dude, I'm probably gonna like intent like soon.
Yeah.
Probably.
I just did.
You did?
Okay, technically, I need to get like a shirt or something. I'm supposed to keep it on the down low. I don't even know if I'm supposed to tell you.
Well, we'll pop a dip.
yeah. I don't even know if I'm supposed
It's
to
all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Dude, I don't know.
Was I saying something?
Dude, I don't know. So, Michael, any I don't know, things, breakthroughs, like this and that. Like I don't know what's the deal.
Breakthroughs, like
Any friends? Any new?
What's the tea?
Yeah.
Spill the tea.
I mean, yeah. Like any tea. Oh, how's what's her name? I saw it like you guys eating like at late night.
Natalia.
Yeah.
She's good.
Okay. I've only seen her once. Well, twice actually since then, and one like was over at like Family Guy. I was like, hey, I think she like waves and like walks away fast, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, she's kind of awkward when she's not. Oh, I've noticed she's kind of awkward when she's not like.
But I appreciate it.
Talking with. No, it's not like a bad thing in the slightest.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because then, like she's not fake. You
No,
know?
that's like the best part.
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
No, yeah, when you actually have a conversation with her.
Fake people, I just hate them. I mean, like not being mean, but
No, I agree. It's like taxing to be around fake people, whereas it's recharging to be around like real people.
and it's taxing just being fake too.
Oh yeah, I don't know how they do it. Dude, I've gotten to the point where I feel like I'm too real. I like need to dial it back. like too real. Like, people are just like people are like, Michael, like what? I'm like, I don't even care, man. Like,
Dude,
what are you
same.
talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm just vibing, bro.
Yeah. Too real.
I'm too real.
Wait, did I tell you about this, Michael? Okay, like I've said this like it's multiple people where I'm like basically like look like sometimes my like a train of thought, maybe like I said this on the podcast, I don't know.
I think I know what you're saying.
My train of thought like it just kind of like goes off, but I won't like say everywhere like where my mind goes, like just because that's how like your mind works. But like lately I've just been kind of like low key just like speaking like where like I would normally end sentences, like I would just say, hey, I'm just gonna speak like a little bit more and see like what happens. And sometimes it's like kind of weird, like, but it's like really real. And like some people are like, dude, like that's kind of sick. And I'm like, that's just who I am.
And you're like,
honest,
well, that would like we wouldn't have had this sick interaction if I hadn't said that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not like withholding when I don't say it.
Yeah.
I just choose to be like, you know.
Yeah, you choose to go like say what's on your mind.
Exactly.
That's a good habit to get into. I feel like.
It's yeah, dude. It's kind of scary too, but
I get.
it's
that.
worth it.
Believe
It's
that.
worth it.
Dude, that's how a lot of like.
Oh, Michael, what's something that's scary but worth it?
I think that's literally one of the questions I had like on
Really?
the list. It's something like what's like, yeah, it was like basically that. Scary but worth it. I mean, if we're going broad, discomfort, scary but worth it.
That's specific.
Anything that's discomfort, but probably going out of your comfort zone when it comes to like talking to people or meeting new people. I feel like is probably the most like, I don't know, it's like the easiest thing to do, but it can be like the also because it's so easy, it can be so easily avoided.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
And
true, yeah.
so it's like, oh, there's like a sick person that I want to talk to. It's like, well, I just don't have to talk to them. Well, you also could just go over and talk to them.
Exactly.
And then
But there's like excitement in that. You
No,
know? Like
I
in
get
fear.
that.
You're just like, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, well, there's like the possibility, even if it's not like a romantic thing, like there's always a possibility of just like any kind of rejection
Yeah.
or acceptance. But if you don't just talk to that person, and it doesn't mean it's going to be like a cut clean answer, like it's always negative. It's not going to be negative most of the time. But like, if you don't go up to them and like talk to them, then you're just living in a hypothetical
Dude, yeah. Mhm.
the whole time.
That's true.
Which
True.
and the
hypotheticals can burn.
the hypotheticals burn, but they're also not as scary because they're just hypotheticals.
Yeah.
But that's why it's like, it's like bad to live in a hypothetical.
Sometimes like like sometimes like I kind of feel like my hypotheticals are reality. Because
Well, that's
I'm,
what
like,
it becomes.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, am I like not like doing this? Oh, like cause like then like cause I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Then it's like it must mean I'm this way, and then I just bounce around like.
And then you start acting on those. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I guess that's how I am or how it is because of the hypothetical. But in
And then
reality,
I'm in,
like,
like,
that's
a-
all based on like a hypothetical.
Exactly. Okay, like what is the like what are those things like I was gonna say? Then like I'm just in like a dire trap of absolutes, like but those things in like military drill things like where there's all the tires and you have like to run across and
Oh
like
yeah.
you know,
I don't like.
and like the only place where you can go like is in all the tires.
Yeah.
You know, it's something like that. Like
Where you
I'm just in
trap
one of those
yourself.
things like of absolutes, and it's like the only thing is like absolute, and like you're bouncing between like black and white, and you're like there's no gray area. And you're like, well, if I'm on gray, like, I'm even real, and then you just
Yeah. Well.
it's the worst.
Yeah, but that's a lot.
I know.
That's a bad predicament to be
I
in.
Scrupulosity.
That would be a good definition for scrupulosity. I feel like if I'm being real, I'm just in a military camp running through these tires, and I can't be fake. Otherwise, I feel like I'm gray. And is that even real?
Yeah, dude.
Scrupulosity 101. Welcome to Scrupulosity 101.
101.
We're gonna teach you how to be scrupulous today.
I hate that. Oh my God.
So if you're running through military tires when you're acting real, then you're doing a great job. Yeah, no.
Ah.
So sorry.
Yeah, I was drinking. Okay, like for those like you can't see, so basically, any members of Church Militant besides Michael and I, I just drank some water and then I was laughing like while it was in my mouth.
It's partly why it was so funny.
Yeah, I was really
I don't even know what to say anymore. But no, I get that. There's another thing. Like, you can't just say like, oh, it's. I mean, we're like naturally think about hypotheticals. It's not a bad thing. It's just like
fiction, dude.
Exactly. It's not bad in the slightest. It just gets to be a problem when you start treating it like it's reality.
Yeah.
When you have that disconnect between like what I think in a hypothetical is reality, because it's not.
That's true.
But if we didn't use the hypotheticals in our like decision making, then like our
We'd just be
decisions would,
stuck.
or we'd either be stuck or our decisions would suck.
Yeah.
You know, because we run simulations like
We would
minor
be a
in our-
robot.
Yeah, well, we run simulations
robot.
like hypothetical scenarios in our head, just like subconsciously and consciously, and they help us like act better. It's just when it gets too much.
That's true. Right.
But yeah. Oh, okay. I have good fuel for this.
Ask me. A question.
It may not be like the most.
We got like 8 minutes.
Oh, it's okay. Actually, let me go grab it real quick.
Okay.
ASMR section.
Oh, easy. Welcome to the part of the podcast where Michael is incapacitated and I have to use my water bottle as ASMR. Let's see. We have here, I shall read the label of this purified drinking water. We have great value purified drinking water with flavor enhancing minerals, ingredients, purified water. And we're back. Michael, what do you have for us?
Oh, that was nice. Come in, you're reading like a crinkled water bottle, like
Dude,
ingredients. I
you
can
gotta
tell
watch
you've
it, dude.
Crinkled the water bottle because it's crinkled.
Dude, you gotta watch it.
I will.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, it's something like you wrote?
Yeah, this is for school as well. So like, this is killing two birds with one stone here.
Hey.
So I need to discuss this with one other person. you are that person.
Well, sorry, dude. Tough luck.
This is for a biology lab. I had to read a paper, a church document. Not biology lab, it's for biology. A church document.
The JP2 one.
This one is kind of based on it is JP2, I guess. It's the magisterium, so it's like different people who wrote it.
Yeah.
But it's on bioethical questions. It's called Dignitas Personae.
The digging of of the person.
Yep, and it's on like a bunch of different like modern technological bioethical questions.
Okay.
Which was like really interesting to write about. I was gonna make it 1 page, and it turned out to be like 3 pages. That's a footnote. Like, there's a footnote the size of like a paragraph. But it's actually
Tell me, dude.
pretty interesting. All right.
Hey.
Oh, what's up, John? Is that a saxophone? Oh no, it's just a tripod. Never mind. All right. So basically,
Common questions. Michael Clark.
is that a saxophone?
Those
Those are the things I think in my head, but don't say out loud. Usually. Is that a saxophone?
Way to take a
That's a
page out of my
tripod.
book.
Yeah. Thank you, Samuel. I took a lesson from you.
Is that
Applied it to my life.
No.
No, it's just a tripod. Okay. Back to the Dignitas Personae. So,
That's so funny.
okay. So basically, it's broken down into 5 parts, which like not all of them are very long at all. But the introduction is just basically saying what the paper is. It's just like, this is a paper that is the church's position on matters regarding the dignity of a human, and it mainly deals with stuff like that involves like life or death things, like with mainly while it's just an embryo, while the person is still in the womb, but there are some things that are outside of that, which it also deals with.
Well, like, what's the goal of the document?
To understand how a Catholic should view certain things that are kind of controversial, or not controversial, but they just they're so new that they haven't been fully understood by the church before. So this is the church's stance on those things.
Okay.
So like IVF and virtual fertilization is kind of an older one, but that's the style of things that's on this list.
Okay.
And so the first part is called Anthropological, Theological, and Ethical Aspects of Human Life and Procreation. Which, that's the most intense part, is the title. But basically it's just saying, a human is a human, and that is from conception to natural death, and then like scientifically speaking, that's like the moment the zygote is formed, which is the moment the sperm meets the egg. Then the instant it deserves the respect that is morally due to humans. That's what that means. And then all right, this is when we're getting to the actual stuff. Second part, or I guess. Second part, problems concerning procreation. And then here we get into like some really interesting stuff. So we have techniques for assisting fertility.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I'm not going to read all this because like that'd take a while, but I'll go into some of it.
Wait, does it say anything about like taking things that will like give you better odds by having a boy versus girl?
It does say some things, not specifically on just that. It says certain things. I have a pretty good idea of what it would say because I've read this whole thing, but I can tell you that in a sec. Let's see. Basically says any techniques that remove obstacles to natural fertilization and respect the conjugal act are illicit, are good, which makes sense. Like it's like this, like the first stuff is pretty basic, and then it gets into like really complicated stuff. And it's like any techniques that substitute for the conjugal act, aka like bringing the sperm and egg together outside of a womb.
Like IVF.
Yeah, IVF would fall into that category. Those are illicit because they separate the unitive and the procreative.
And there's no like conjugal act.
Exactly. John just took a picture of us, I think. I think I actually just point his camera and take a picture. All right. I'm just going to read off a few things. You tell me which one you want me to elaborate on.
Right.
Okay? Because I can't elaborate on all of them.
You want to just like skim it over?
Well, no, I want to read them. Because I hang on. All right. We have IVF, in vitro fertilization.
Mm-hmm.
We have the sperm injections. We have freezing embryos. That one's interesting. Freezing oocytes.
What's an oocyte?
That's just the egg of the woman without the sperm. Reduction of embryos.
What, like taking out?
No, that's when you have twins and you abort
Oh.
one of them, or something along those lines, which is pretty clear what's like the right answer there. Pre-implementation, I can't even speak right now. Pre-implantation diagnosis.
What is that?
What is that? That's a good question. That's when they do tests on embryos that would normally be used in IVF, in vitro fertilization.
Oh, so it's just like human experimentation.
Not human experiment. They do tests to determine factors about it so that you can choose.
I see.
So it's just like in vitro fertilization, but like farther wrong.
Yeah.
It's like in vitro fertilization with discrimination.
Jeez. I mean, you're not wrong.
No, that's what it is, literally.
Wait, Mike, have you heard of Jane the Virgin?
Jane the Virgin?
Yeah.
Is it a saint?
No, it's a show.
Oh.
Okay, so basically, the premise is there's this woman. She goes in to have like a simple procedure. Like we're talking like a kidney stone, right?
Yeah.
Something crazy, like simple. But like she gets like put under, and then somehow she gets switched with a woman who's getting IVF. So then she wakes up. The other woman, like so both of them wake up, no problem in the world, you know, and they're like cool. And then like she starts feeling nauseous, and she's like, "Why do I feel so weird?"
She's
and
pregnant.
then exactly, and then she's like, "What the heck?" And she has to deal with it. And I guess the entire story of like her facing like social struggles, like but it's also like a comedy and stuff, you know.
Dude, that sounds kind of interesting.
I know. I heard like it's actually like a really like of the people who I've spoken to who have seen it, no one like has given it any bad words.
Dang, I kind of want to watch the movie.
I know. It sounds really cool.
Yeah, that does sound cool.
What else is there?
All right, I want to talk about, actually, real quick,
Yeah.
the freezing of the embryos, because that's one that was most interesting to me, and I actually disagreed with the magisterium on it.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
I was talking to Drew, I was like, yeah, I just don't agree with the magisterium, and he was like,
You can't be.
you can't say that.
Alright, go with it.
Well, so basically, freezing of the embryos, it presupposes in vitro fertilization. So like it's already wrong.
What do you mean presuppose?
You only freeze the embryos to preserve them so that you can
For IVF.
for IVF or experimentation, but really it's IVF. It's like it's only so that you don't have to keep going back to the woman for eggs. So you just get a bunch of eggs, fertilize them all, so make embryos, and then you freeze them and use the one that you want.
Okay.
So it's pretty messed up.
Yeah. Hence the discrimination.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of problems with it, bro.
But what do you disagree with?
So the thing that they're saying, well, the question is, all right, here, so let me lay it out. There's tons of like facilities around the world that do IVF, and most of them freeze the embryos. So that's like countless frozen embryos, which are all human lives, just sitting there.
Yeah.
And the question is, what's the moral solution for them? Obviously, you can't just get rid of them, because that's like mass murder.
Well, you can't like put him back.
You can't put them back,
So like you just have to carry him out. Right?
and you can't carry them out. It just means like keeping them frozen, in which case they'd probably die. And
no, meaning like you have to like, well, go on.
Yeah. What were we gonna say?
Okay, like, cause my only logical thing is like, well, you're not gonna let him die,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna just
Keep
let
them frozen.
die. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you have to just like I'm thinking, what's the best case of the scenario?
Yeah.
You're basically like, wow, we are now given like these horrible acts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what like do we have to do? And like it's not the best. I mean, yeah, like just I mean it's I don't know, a lot of speculation, you know?
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying, and I think
Yeah.
it's exactly what I was thinking and why I wrote the giant massive footnote. Wait, what are you doing? So no, yeah.
So like you have to just like keep them like,
frozen?
Like just
Yeah. So yeah,
have
the embryos are not. Yeah. So the question isn't what do we do with the sperm and the eggs, because the sperm and the eggs aren't really kept separately.
right.
What they do is they take the sperm and the eggs, and they fertilize them. So you have like a bunch of fertilized embryos or fertilized eggs, which are humans, and then those are all frozen except for a couple that they try to implant. And then what's done with those, like countless
Discarded
others, is like what happens. Like some of them are just discarded, some of them are just kept frozen for further use or experimentation. So it's like horrible. And then what the document was saying is that you can't get rid of them by killing them. Obviously, you can't. And then I was saying, well, why can't you implant them at this stage? Because
Back into the womb.
back into a womb, because they've already been taken out. Like you were saying, it's a grave evil that's been done, and it's all, in a sense, it's an irreversible evil because it's already been conceived outside of the womb. Like you can't be reconceived physically. Spiritually you can, but
I know,
that's why I put that. Anyway, but
Nicodemus.
yeah, Nicodemus. Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, but you can't be reconceived physically, so the evil's kind of permanent in that sense. But so the church was saying or this paper, I should say, and the document, and it's not like it's from the seat of Peter. They change with philosophical and theological understanding, but this is the current belief. But the document was saying that you can't implant the eggs in a woman because it separates the conjugal act from the unitive and the procreative, which makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
There's no conjugal act when you implant the egg, so there will be a pregnancy without a conjugal act. So that isn't right.
You're right.
Like that is correct. That's wrong. And,
but at the same time...
But then the thing that the paper said at the end, which I didn't realize, like, what the church was allowed to say this, and I was like, that's not okay. They just said there is no moral answer, and left it like that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, it sucks.
Well, I was like, okay, I'm calling your like crap right now, like magisterium, and so then I call my mom. I was talking to her for like a long time.
And you're like, what the heck is
I was
that?
like, what's with the magisterium, Mom? But basically, let me turn the window. Basically, it usually all comes down to intention.
Classic.
Because that's usually what these things come down to. Because it's like, when you get all caught up in the laws, the laws are there for a reason, but the laws are there to help people usually with poor intentions. If you have good intentions, you don't really need the laws.
Yeah. I mean, honestly...
That's really like how it is.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So the way that it works is they're actually called like snowflake babies, or when you get a frozen embryo implanted into your womb.
Okay.
And you have the baby. So it's like a thing that people do already. And
I actually know someone like who like has had that.
yeah, I know a couple people too that have had that.
It just sucks. But
Well, the thing is it's like the conclusion we came to, which I think is right.
meaning you and your mom?
Me and my mom, yeah. Who has a master's degree in theology.
Oh.
We concluded that if the intention of the woman is to save a child and give it a chance at an actual normal life, and save it from certain death and manipulation, possibly, then that is the primary, like, the
good thing.
The primary good that comes out of it. There is, in a sense, a negative like side to it, but that negative side is not Dude, directly tied.
I literally see what you mean.
Yeah, like, no, I know what you see. I was trying to explain it too.
That's tough though.
The negative side is not tied directly to the mother though, because that negative part is just a residue of the original.
It's a consequence.
It's a consequence of the original like evil that was done.
Exactly.
And she didn't do the original evil, but so like the thing is, you can't be.
It's kind of like taking like a step further. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how. Like all analogies limp, and this one is certainly just has a bad cast, like limp, you know.
Okay.
But like it's almost like, I mean, it's like the classic trolley problem. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're gonna kill
Yeah.
8 people or 1 person, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I
Decision
feel
has
like
to be made.
this one's even easier because you're either saving one person or
Like you're letting them just like fall off a cliff,
you're
or saving them and just like, dude, yeah, I totally see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, it's like painting a picture. Like, I can paint a picture.
I
Okay,
can paint the picture.
okay, so I feel like, in my opinion, right?
Yes.
Me learning from Michael about this in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, and my intellect, and God's understanding. I feel like the best way this could play out is someone having had this conversation, right? And then they do a lot of praying, a lot of discerning, a lot of things. They are in such a fantastic, not like fantastic as in good, like a fantastic as in far-fetched situation, in such that they are like, oh my gosh, these people, honestly, could die, or I could almost like sacrifice, you know?
Yeah, it is like a sacrifice.
Sacrifice myself for this, and so that could happen, right? I don't know how that, I would not advise that in terms of like if you were like had a spouse, but at the same time, like,
So that's the thing.
I'm just talking like what does that even
Yeah,
look
so like the thing is, I kind of want to understand more of that as well. But the thing is, like, you can't. The intention cannot be to substitute.
Yes.
To
You cannot
substitute.
substitute.
You
this.
can't. You can't be like, oh, I don't want to have sex with a conjugal act,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna do this.
Because like you're wrong.
Well, because
Even
then that is just like red flag, like
Exactly.
all over the place, like error,
Annulment.
annulment,
Literally,
error. Yes.
404.
404 annulment needed.
Exactly.
But it's like, but if the intention is one of like empathy and sympathy for the child,
Exactly. Empathy and sympathy.
then yeah, you're in the clear. I think.
I would
think,
say so
I think
too.
it's morally permissible
Yeah,
in that
same.
case. Excuse me, that was my timer went off. I think it's
For the next
yeah.
ASMR
No,
plug.
I think it's morally permissible, and that's a good word to use because it's not.
Permissible.
It's
is
not
very
doesn't
wrong.
mean it's morally good in all aspects
or illicit.
or illicit, but it does mean that this specific case, given the things that surround it, it is morally permissible. Like
Yeah.
it is a moral thing that you can do, and I feel like I feel like to say there is no moral solution is just like kind of wrong.
Yeah.
Because then that just leaves countless human lives in stasis
Yeah.
with nothing to do but slowly die. So, yeah, he's just like, bruh.
We just pointed to a picture of JP2, and like he's there, like holding out like his hands, like
He's supposed to be like opening his hands to the Lord,
Like,
but he kind of
peace.
looks like he's just going, bruh,
yeah,
come
he's
on.
like, bro, what do you? Yeah.
As we just said that. So we'll
Okay.
take it as a sign.
Yeah. I feel like this is one of those things where like no one like could properly give their opinion. Dude, we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Like on Wednesday, you know? It's like
yeah.
those moments that are gray and like ambiguous, for lack of a better term, AF. And you just have like to make a decision based on, once again, your intention, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then that's the thing where it's like, if you can't get, like, the laws are so good, but there comes a point where you need to, like,
Just make a decision like for your own and step out.
kind of, yeah, and you just have to, like, be brutally honest with yourself about what your intentions are. And if you can honestly say that your intentions are, like, for the good,
Yeah.
then in most cases, like, it's okay.
Yeah. But even then, it's like, okay,
Well, you can't be like trying to cop out of something.
You're
That's the
right,
thing. Like,
yeah.
you just have to be honest with yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty simple.
No, yeah, I agree. Spoiler for next podcast.
Let's go.
Is any action or any intention truly pure to its extreme?
Oh, dang. We're
Dun,
getting
dun, dun.
philosophical.
All right. Whoever's listening to this, I want to shout out my mom, Marika Ellis, and my dad. And Andrew Ellis and Hunjin.
Oh my gosh.
I love your new hair. It's amazing. Thank you for keeping it and making it as such. And also, V, you're my bias wrecker. And IU, everyone's sleeping on your beauty. What do you got, Michael?
I don't even know at this stage.
I'd like to thank the Reese's Giorno remix.
No. All right, thank you everyone for listening. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic night, day, or evening.
And if I don't see you, good morning, good evening, and good night.
Thank you, Chris, or no, Truman Show, or whatever it is.